coming to you live on your chin. Oh, kid. Oh. This is the Goin Deep Show.
Fighting for evil because good is dumb. This is the Goin Deep Show. Yes, everyone. This is season number 16 of the Goin Deep Show, where we pretend we have a radio show like we've done for 16 goddamn years. Joining us this evening, his wonderfulness, the Silverback.
Hey, that's me. I'm the Silverback.
That is you. Also the hoe now, Heidi fucking oh!
Hey! That me?
Calling in wasn't enough for the first show. She had to make it live.
She did. She brought booze. If you'd like to reach our program, make sure you send us an email, studio@Goin Deep Show, or call 989-3310-KID, 989-331-0543. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Bent.Cards. Go there and buy obnoxious greeting cards. So, before we started the program tonight, we had we hit the porn box. These guys are not aware that there was a literal box of porn. You thought that was we just made that shit up.
I feel as though I've been living a lie this entire time.
You've been here hundreds of times and you didn't know there's a whole box of pornography.
I'm hurt.
I just looked for the cocks.
It's just you go random and just pull it up and there's porno.
Deeply hurt.
Everybody, the reason that a lot of that porn exists still is because we like to do the porn number game. And by that, you guys were not aware of that back in the day. You could look at it. Did you look at pornography when you were a kid? I mean, did you have magazines and things? Did you actually? I mean, are you this young that you did not see porn magazine, like an actual magazine?
I got grounded for a week for finding my dad's pornos and stealing them just to see what
you stole them.
My dad's.
What was in those porn mags?
Naked women.
But what were they doing? Were they doing like really super hot shit, or was it just like the Playboy? See, I took
like Playboy.
I took the Playboy and Penthouse and stuck them over there.
I was actually Hustler.
See, to me, Playboy and Penthouse were way more tame. Like there's a stack of those over there, and the hardcore shit. The only time you could ever get the hardcore stuff is when you went to like a gas station that you're not usually. I usually don't go to the gas station. You walk in, you see like a whole rack of inside of the plastic still, or with stuff covering it up and that. Yeah. So like, when was the first time you saw like hard like copy, like, you know, where you open it up and there's like, everybody, hey, look, it's a woman's vagina.
It was.
It was in college.
Huh?
You were in college.
No, last year.
Last year. Yeah, okay.
No, it was high school, but we had like, it was two of my buddies that one of them was my best friend. And like we saw a magazine, like, whoa, this is crazy. We got to see more of this. And so like they had me. I had to get a video. That was the thing. Oh. And then we were going to sit around and we were going to try and steal a beer and watch this video. So like I got the video and they're like, hey, okay, now here's the rule. It's, guys' honor here. If anyone gets caught with this, you don't know anything. Mm-hmm. You take the fall. And like, yeah. You do the guys, you swear on it. And like the next week, my buddy Squirrel, his mom's cleaning his closet and like it falls down. She's like, what is this? He's like, it was Silverback. Like immediately
you got thrown.
Like, there was like 6 months where I wasn't allowed in the house because she thought I was the bane of her existence.
You got thrown under that bus.
Oh my God.
And yeah, her son was the one that kept it.
Yeah. He was, Squirrel was terrible at I remember one time we had a party in his basement, and like his older sister's like really pissed. She's like, "That's it, I'm calling Uncle," because her parents were out of town. Well, his dad passed when he was young. "That's it, I'm calling your uncle." And we're like, "Oh my God!" We're down in the basement drinking beer, so we all hide all the beer, and like his uncle comes down and like immediately just walks into the side room and reaches up and grabs the case of beer because we're high schoolers, we're stupid. We put the beer on top of on one of the heating ducts. So when you put it on top of the heating duct, it makes all kinds of noise.
Yeah, so the bottles just touching each other.
Yeah, we weren't good at crime in high school.
The first time I ever remember seeing a porn was, I think I was a 7th grader, and it was an 8th grade party at a guy's house, and I think I've talked about this on the podcast on the show before, where I thought the premise of the podcast or of the porn was this woman's pussy could consume or be so strong enough that she could rip a dude's dick off.
Oh, that was interesting.
That was I believe, and when I went and I saw what I was seeing, of course, chick blowing a dude, I was just like, good God, that's fucking amazing. That's great. But then it was women talking sex and being so nonchalant about it. You know what I mean? It was, guys could be crude, guys could be, talking about the tits, talking about the ass, but then when you saw a woman talking to another woman being just as crude as a guy was, there was something about that to me.
Oh, yeah.
That was very, very, very intriguing, and I liked it. I was like, wow. I said, so to me, that it set the basis for everything. I know that women think about this shit just the way that guys do. And that really set the pace. And but for the longest time, I thought it almost scared the shit out of me that this girl could like either chomp my dong off or fuck me to the point where she's peeling it off like just taking it. You know what I mean?
I would have loved to have had you meet her in real life, like.
The girl in the porn, yeah, I believe I found who that is. I don't know her name, but I know she's in a lot of those older. This is back in the 80s. It was probably 86-ish, 87-ish, maybe. And the porn was a video. It must have been a video of the dads. It always comes from the dad or the uncle or whatever. And it's interesting.
It's probably Nina Hartley.
Oh, no. I know Nina. I know it's Nina.
He knows Nina.
She's still Nina. Have you seen her even today? Yeah. It's amazing how she's there's a really good video you guys should look up, and people listen to the podcast. Hit YouTube and do a Phil Donahue porn stars Nina Hartley. Boom. There's a whole Phil Donahue episode with her on it.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see that shit. But the first time I saw like a magazine was
Addicted to Sexting.
It was I saw it in my mom and dad's backyard. A friend who lived down the road brought this magazine over. I've talked about this before, but one of the layouts was like a biker guy, and he was sitting on the bike, and a chick was blowing him. It's the first time I ever saw a blowjob in my life, and I don't know how young I was at the time, but I was like, holy Jesus Christ! It was insane. I can remember it to this day what that shit would look like. So what's the first time you saw? You said a magazine?
Yeah, I don't know. I must have been probably 12 or 13 or so. And I stole my dad's magazines. Went out back and was looking at them. And of course he came home and he's like, what are you guys doing out there? So I was with a couple other girls. We aren't doing anything. But we didn't have anywhere to hide the magazines. So when he actually came out to look at what we were doing...
Well, it's got to be awkward, though, because he knows that's his shit.
Right.
He's like...
Because he went... First of all, he gets home, he's like, I had a long day at work. I need to unwind.
So he was pissed at us. My mom was pissed at him.
I got to jerk off to my porn. He goes to find it.
It was gone.
Porn is gone.
Needless to say, we never found it after that. Because where he kept it, he didn't keep it there anymore.
He hid that shit from you?
Yeah, he did. But I mean, we were looking at other women. Like, it wasn't like we were looking at a whole lot of cock.
Well, you were a gymnast, so...
I was a gymnast. I was super flexible back in the day.
Okay, so when did you see, like, hardcore shit, then?
Yesterday.
I mean, at your earliest age. Was it this old man at work that you were talking to?
Hey, Andy.
Here.
Yeah, shit, I don't know.
I can't believe this girl at work. You're not going to believe it. Oh, my God. I told her that she needs to be my fucking buddy. I don't want to turn you on, but I can take my teeth out. I whispered into her vagina. It was amazing. She was on board, I swear. I swear to God.
saw my first.
We are
hardcore
assholes.
shit. I don't remember.
You know the thing is about it, over the course of your life, if you were to really boil it down, how many times you've seen a girl's vagina? It's a lot. You've seen a girl's vagina a lot. You've seen it so much that it doesn't shock you even to see a vagina. It doesn't shock you at all.
Why would it?
Well, no, because like sometimes people, I mean, you go to a church. If I run through a church holding up a fucking porn, guess what? Everybody in that place.
That would be shocking. Yes.
Everybody in there is like going, well, and you know, they're like, oh.
I mean, if you run through with a big dildo, you're gonna get the same reaction.
Same reaction, yeah, but it's like you get so just numb to it.
Yeah.
You
Do you think Captain Kangaroo's seen a lot of vagina?
I mean, he's got money.
Captain
Oh, does he?
Kangaroo.
I would think so.
There you go.
Money always makes up for it.
I mean, Mr. Rogers has gotten a few in his day.
That's not as funny as Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah, Captain
Now,
Kangaroo's
if you would have
good.
come back with like Wilford Brimley, that's
Just diabetes meds.
her push is so sweet it gave me the diabetes.
Didn't what? Yeah. Every time I think of Wilford Brimley, I think of the didn't they have a TV show back in the 90s?
Yeah,
What the hell was that?
It
Something
was,
House. Something House. Our House.
Yeah, Our House. And then there was like I think it's something House, and then Quaker Oats.
Quaker. Wilford Brimley.
I'm Wilford Brimley, and I've got the diabetes.
So what are the chances this dude's gonna land some tang from you?
Not very good, to be honest.
Come on, don't give us that shit.
It gets better with the more she drinks.
The more she drinks, and when's the last time you got any? Really, that's what it boils down to. Because when a guy doesn't get some for a long time, he does one of two things: he's going out hounding, looking for some pussy, or he's definitely going home and jerking his shit off and going to bed.
Is it the same, though? I mean, getting it from a live person or getting it from your left
It depends how busy your schedule is. That's what I always say. It's like, what am I doing tonight?
I mean, at the end of the day, don't you want the, real thing?
You always want the real thing.
Right?
Yeah. You want the real thing, and you don't want it to be like the time it was before. You don't want it to be like the previous time. You want different. You know what I mean? You want different position. You want the different start. You want it to...
Different person.
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't. It can be the same person. It just doesn't. He doesn't want to be like, okay, hey, here I am, spread legs, missionary, done. No, it's like, okay,
No.
I walk in. I may want to have it in the living room, different area of the house, different area. You want it to be different. You don't want it to be the same. Nobody wants it the same. Once it becomes the same, if you do it twice the same, you're like, I hope it doesn't happen the third time the same.
Yeah, you gotta
You know?
change it up. I agree.
It's got to be a mix of stuff. But so serious, Silverback, you had to have known that they have the 188-711 ask for you. You don't know that they had these numbers?
You think those numbers still work?
I don't know. We should try it. That's 188-711-2774. Give it a shot. Try not. Tight like a drum. The fuck does that mean? Tight like a drum?
Drums are fairly tight.
It means you could tap that shit.
That's
Let me beg.
That's the woman that could, chop your cock off with her.
Yeah, I'm telling you that was the thing. That was the thing that I thought about when I was that young. Like the girl vagina can squeeze your dick right off.
Yeah.
Jesus. Now I'm just hoping that shit happens. I'm like, God damn, please rip my dick off. It's fun. So, yeah. So what's up, Silverback?
we pumped our brakes pretty quick on that one.
How far away? We're not even halfway into this goddamn show. Let's get moving here. What's on tap? What are you drinking? You hit the brakes. You're just doing straight pineapple juice now, aren't you?
No, it's vodka and pineapple
Still?
juice. It's very refreshing.
Pineapple juice.
I switched over and I'm doing fat. I'm just doing Fat Tire. I'm hitting the brakes on some stuff here. So
It's getting to be your bedtime.
well, the problem is I broke the seal, and now you got to pee all
Right.
the time, and that's the worst. I don't like to do the pee all the time. That sucks, dude. You find this now?
Yeah, I drink so much water throughout the day that it's towards the end it's like a game. Can I make it before the end of class to piss, or do I just leave in the middle of class and go?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of going fucking piss all the time. Let's talk about what we've been doing over the past couple of weeks. We've been hitting a lot of these comedy shows.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm watching these guys, and Silverback's with me, I'm always like, he could fucking do this shit. It is. You could totally do this shit. You could. You're just as hilarious as these guys. You're just as quick. The thing about those guys is who are doing up there with the microphone, their comfort level has to be at a certain spot where it doesn't matter. You can take a break, hit a little low, but ride it. You know, because those guys, what they'll do, you can see all the cliche moves that they make. They'll go and they'll play with the microphone stand. Mm-hmm. They'll grab a water. You take a sip. There's all those little techniques that they use to kind of just draw it out so they can think about what they're going to say next.
See, I think, though, a great angle to take with that would be to feign awkwardness. Like, be in control, but make it seem awkward.
Andy Kaufman style.
Like, kind of like, ooh, or say a joke that, like, really does, it's not going to go over well.
And let the crowd kind of, let it roll through the crowd.
Yeah, let it kind of, let it simmer a little bit. Like a Dutch oven, a fine Dutch oven. You let it go. Just let it, let it bubble for a little bit before you release it to the crowd.
You bottle that one, that's a good one.
Let people kind of go, oh, he's made a really bad joke. What do I do? Because, like Andy Kaufman, I love that Andy Kaufman wasn't about just making people laugh. He was about making people go through emotions. There's that
cringe factor with him was sometimes just amazing.
And I'm not really, like, I don't like watching movies that have a lot of the cringe factor. Like when you watch something
Dinner with the Schmucks.
The new Two Dads with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg.
Okay,
where Mel Gibson, those guys come in. It like gets so much cringe factor, or like the Meet the Fockers. You're like, come on,
Meet the Fockers,
too much cringe.
The Schmucks, Meet the Fockers. There's a lot of that stuff, but it's an art. And every time I'm watching a lot of stuff with the kid, and she'll say, I hate that character. I don't like that character, and I have to keep stressing with her. I said, you don't like her. And anybody who you don't like on TV, you have to pay attention to, because those are the best actors on the screen. Anybody who can convince you that they're the asshole, the terrible, terrible person. Oh, every time this person comes on the screen, I'm like, ugh. You have to, in the back of your mind, say to yourself, that person is acting their ass off, because they're definitely not as bad as they would appear on the screen.
Have you ever seen Mariah Carey's Glitter? That's bad.
Not like that. Not that bad. Not that bad. But for instance, the kid's kid is watching Glee, okay? And who's the blonde older woman? The gym teacher.
Do you see testicles? I don't watch.
No.
Oh, come on!
I've never seen. My girls watch Glee with their mom. I've never.
She watches Glee. There's a lot. There's a ton of 80s.
The blonde. The one from 40-Year-Old Virgin, though, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, yes. Okay. And her as an actress, I love watching her. She's just so straight.
She was awesome in Role Models.
Yeah.
The recovering wings, sturdy wings. And, oh my god!
So she's watching it, and every time.
No, that straight, like, long story short, I used to give him blowjobs for my cocaine, and like you're right in the middle of all those people, like just
no reaction to her,
awesome.
her the way she says stuff. You're just like, oh my god, did she just fucking say that?
Yeah.
She's really good in that way. Jane
when
Lynch?
you're just stating a fact,
right, but yeah. So I keep telling her, I said, anytime you see a movie and the villain is so bad, you just can't. We watched The Dark Knight the other day with Heath Ledger as the Joker. And every time he came on the screen, I had a completely different appreciation for it, because as I watched her watch him, and I would look over at her while she was watching him, and she couldn't keep her eyes off. She was just mesmerized by him.
He's fucking hot.
Heath Ledger?
Yeah.
Well, he's all cut up, and he's got all this paint and stuff and all this. I never thought he was like, I don't know, he's all painted up and shit. But she got to the point where she was laughing at the jokes and things he was saying. And I'm like, wow, that's a really weird reaction to that, because he's fucking scary in that goddamn
maybe
movie.
your kid's psychotic.
That could be.
She could be. She's hung out with me a couple times.
That is, roadmap down the wrong path.
Yeah. As long as I get to hang out there and she's fine, that's cool.
You know what you should do is just kind of fuck with her, show her The Patriot.
Is that with Mel Gibson?
Because Heath Ledger is young and he's like pure and innocent in that movie, and say, by the way, this is the like get halfway through the movie and go, by the way, that's the Joker.
Do you recognize that guy?
That's the Joker.
Well, right now, I think the next thing I'm introducing her to is the Matrix trilogy. She's going to watch Matrix.
Yeah.
She watched Speed.
Speed's pretty
with
good.
Keanu. I think she likes Keanu.
Oh, and that chick from Bird Box.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, I did.
Is it anything?
It's like The Happening meets A Quiet Place.
I don't know. I saw the previews.
Okay, did you see
freaks me out.
Did you see The Happening?
It almost freaks me out as much as Glee does.
Did you see The Happening?
No. Who's in The Happening?
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I'm definitely watching that then.
It was like an M. Night Shyamalan.
Is he ripped?
Always.
Yes.
No, The Happening was like a movie
He
where
works out.
the plants, they figured out that the plants were excreting this pollen where it'd get in the air, and when it got to a certain part of the country, like people would just it made you commit suicide.
Oh yeah.
So everyone was trying to run to get away from this, because if you got caught in it, you just started committing suicide. People going crazy. Ugh. So, and then of course the quiet places, you had to be really quiet. Otherwise,
I'm just gonna look at this way. Talk about suicide.
Okay. Otherwise, the aliens would get you.
Get those
This
tits
combines
in your
it.
face.
This combines that. So there's these things you never see what they are, but if the people actually see them with their eyes, they either commit suicide or they go homicidal on people.
Okay, so tell me, just give me the gist of Bird Box. I probably will not go and watch it, just because it's just not my thing. I haven't seen a lot of horror flicks there, like the terror.
It's one of those.
Like that way.
It goes along the kind of the Pulp Fiction. It starts near the end, and then it goes back, and it tells you where, so you get the ending, almost to the ending, then they go back and show you how it started, then they keep going back and forth between what's going on now and how things got to that point. Okay. So it doesn't have a linear time.
So there's not a lot of gore. Is a lot of like scary, like startling, like
not necessarily startling stuff. Just kind of like, oh no, oh.
Is there like a definite end? Like you can finally look at things again?
Do you want the spoiler alert?
Spoil me. Spoil us.
They end up in a place where they get to a place where they say it's safe, and there's birds everywhere, because the birds get really loud and seem to ward off whatever these things are. And
if the birds are alive, then you can be live there too, right? So
they get to this place, and like most of the people there, it's a big indoor like sanitarium. There's and like most of the people there though are blind, which makes them naturally immune to this, because they can't see the bad guys. So
interesting.
I see.
I might catch. I don't know. I love Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock is great. The fact that she looks as good as she does at her age.
She's got to be like 60.
I think she's only like in her mid 50s.
Yeah,
she's like 55.
60 is much more dramatic though.
60 to
She is a very beautiful one, though.
She is. Yeah.
She's amazing. I love her. She's like one of my first crushes in high school. I loved Sandra Bullock. She's just beautiful.
I think your buddy George Papard would really like her.
You think so?
He loves it when a plan comes together. And so far, his plan is to ask you if you will be his fuck buddy.
Well, as long as you're asking.
Like he was at his computer, like looking up Urban Dictionary, so he could to get the right verbiage for when he would talk to her.
Fuck buddy.
So she was born in 1964.
So she's 55, according to my math.
She's great looking. Great looking girl.
Yeah. She works out.
Yeah, she looks good.
Yeah, she does.
What is she doing? Who was she married to? That Jesse James? Like, she was married to that guy until he started banging the fucking tattooed face chick.
Cat Van.
No, he. Don't you remember she was married to that Jesse James guy?
Yeah, but then Jesse James was dating like Cat Van D, wasn't he?
Yeah, like after. He the girl that Jesse James like was fucking had like Nazi symbols and shit, and like her face tattooed and all this craziness.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't know that.
What are you wowing over there? Is there naked stuff of her? What?
No, like I just can't see a chick having like tattoos all over her face and that being attractive.
So look up Jesse James' girlfriend. Boom, tattoos on face.
It's like Post Malone with tits.
Post Malone boobs.
I'm getting to that point in my life where, like, I don't understand why people print thing and blur ink.
They print with what?
Blurry ink.
Say that again.
Everything's blurry.
Blurry
Ink.
Blurry ink. Like, what do you mean?
Like, I think I need glasses.
So it's just your eyeballs that are blurry.
Nah, I think it's the ink people are writing with.
So, Beck, you don't have any tattoos, do you?
I don't.
Dude, let's get one.
Prove it.
You want to get a tattoo?
Prove it.
I thought about, because I'm the Silverback, I thought about getting Chewbacca's ammo belt across my chest. Or getting like...
That's an ambitious first tattoo, I'm not going to lie.
Right?
or just getting like the polo guy right here.
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
Yeah. Actually, I have
Let's do
thought
it,
of
dude.
one. I've thought of one. I want to get... if I was going to get one, it's like total nerd... You want to hear my nerdness?
Yes, hit it.
It would be like the tree from the Lord of the Rings. Okay? Imagine that tree. Mm-hmm. And then as the trunk comes down, it turns into the sword Narsil, the blade that was broken. Mm-hmm. And then in writing around the tree would be the inscription from the One Ring.
Have you seen that? Like somebody has that tattoo, or you just thought that you just thought of that?
I've seen that tattoo.
You don't want an original?
No, I'm not original. I'm a follower. But I'm so hairy, you'd never see it on me. I'd be like,
See, because my next tattoo, I think, will be a baseball tattoo.
Was it?
Yeah, I'll do an independence tattoo. Yeah,
The BC?
BC on one nut.
The BC
baseball on the
with
other.
something.
You get like the big S and be like an intergalactic champion for life.
Intergalactic champions of the planet Uranus.
Oh.
Right? I mean, come on. No, I was gonna get I'm gonna get a baseball tattoo. I think too. I was thinking like either on the arm or my back or somewhere. Yeah.
See, I just don't know a place that's bare enough where you
bicep, dude. You get the guns, dude. Fucking fire up the guns, dude. Yeah.
I mean, how much hair do you grow on your cock?
It's true, I don't.
So what about like underneath the gun here, the left gun bicep area?
Take it off.
You can't have a ton of hair on the left gun or right gun, wherever your strongest gun is. which reminds me. Okay, I'm coming home. I picked up the kid the other day from her grandma's. We're driving home. There's a gun show downtown at the DoubleTree. We're driving past the sign. I'm like, hey, gun show at the DoubleTree. She looks at me like, she starts laughing. I'm like, what's so funny about the gun show? She goes, isn't that mean like muscles? I'm like, what? She knows that the gun show means 2 tickets. She knows that it's 2 tickets to the gun show. I'm like, that's great.
That's just how innocent she is that she doesn't think it's
she
like
doesn't.
real gun.
I said she didn't think it was real guns. I'm like, do you want me to go show you they're real guns? She's like, no, I'm sure, whatever, Dad. I don't believe you. I'm like, I will drive you to the gun show right now to show you the gun show if you want to go to the gun show. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She was like, whatever. All right. Hey, that's it, man.
That's it?
That's it, babies. We're at 28 and a half minutes. We didn't talk to Ho that much here.
We didn't.
What do you got to say, Ho?
I liked being a hoe.
Chitara.
And take advantage.
You got to really come up with a Thundercat name.
Thundercats.
Panthera.
She could be a lioness.
Who was the villain?
He was like a skull.
He was a mummy. Mumra. You're Mumra. Mumra. Wait a minute.
That's pretty good. Oh yeah. Are you like the bad guy from
sexy,
Thundercats or Inspector Gadget?
I will get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
That's good. Silverback, final words. What you got?
Hey, I'm never going back to work again. Ever.
That's the truth.
Mumra, what do you have to say?
I'm not going to work tomorrow either.
Whatever, dude. You're going back to work tomorrow.
Fuck that.
Yeah. You know what? You got an old guy there waiting for your fucking mouth on his dick.
Yes, I do. Fuck, buddy.
Everybody, the kid, this is Goin Deep Show. Thank you for tuning in. Please give us a shout. Studio at Goin Deep Show. Chill.
To the next one.